Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec and welcome. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I guess I'm just in good mood. But hey guys, welcome back to Small. Let's do that again. Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec, and thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for listening to the episodes. Thank you if you're coming from the previous episode, then I hope you learned from that episode. That episode we talked about 5 different signs to know that you're healing. And in this episode, we're going to talk about 5 ways or 5 tips to get you healed. 5 tips to heal yourself. And before anything else, I would like to say thank you to everyone who is sharing the podcast on their Instagram, on their Apple, on their Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. If you are on Apple Podcast and if you left the podcast a rating and a review, thank you so much. It helps the podcast a lot. And if you're not yet, it only takes 5 minutes of your time. Please leave this podcast a 5-star rating and review. I love reading all your reviews. I love responding to it, commenting on it. I love all your notes and insights that you share on Instagram. So please continue to share the podcast so it helps the podcast grow organically. Okay, so we're going to do this fast. So today we're going to talk about 5 tips for emotional healing. Now, in the previous episode, I've talked about 5 signs that you are healing. Now, if you don't notice any signs that you're healing, then I want you to take note of this episode so that you can apply these tips, the tips that I use myself in my healing process and whatever bad experiences I'm trying to heal from. And it helped me a lot, and I hope that it can help you as well. Let's dive right in. The first tip that you can do is separate your thoughts from yourself. A lot of us think that our emotions are our identity. And that's something that really boggles me. Like, our emotions are just an extension of us. It's hard when we think that we are our emotions, right? When we're angry, when we're feeling angry, that's an angry person. Sometimes we do that, right? Sometimes we connect the emotion to that person. I'm feeling depressed. Oh, that guy is depressed. No, that he is in a state of depression. He's not depressed. Okay? We should start separating our thoughts from ourselves, our identity. Because when we do that, that means we can deal with our emotions more efficiently. And that's the same with what I do with my relationship. For example, if my girlfriend and I have a problem, we tend to treat the issue as a separate person from us. And okay, we talk about how do we deal with this guy, right? And that's the same thing that I feel that we should do with our emotions. Like if we are feeling anxious, we should treat our anxiety as a separate person from ourselves. And we say that, okay, how am I going to treat you? How am I going to handle you right now? It's so much easier to talk to ourselves, to actually look at our emotions from a third person perspective, because then it can clear our minds, our thoughts with how we perceive our emotions. And that's the power of our brains. We can actually do that. People, that's the difference between us and the animals, because the animals, they have reflexes. They just do what they feel like, right? But us, we can actually conceptualize our emotion into something else and treat it in a separate way from ourselves. In that way, we won't have to hate ourselves if we're feeling angry, if we're feeling down, if we're feeling anxious. We treat our emotion as a separate thing or a separate identity from ourselves. Okay? You create a persona for your emotions. In that way, it's like taming your dog, taming that wolf inside of you. That's your emotion, right? And when we can actually tame our dogs, that means we can tame our emotions. So treat your emotion as a separate identity from yourself. That's my first step. And that's what I do as well in my life. So that's my first step. The second tip is take it day by day. Take baby steps. When we're healing, especially when we are in the early phase of our healing process, we want to see results. And I don't blame you. I mean, we live in an instant gratification life where everything that we want, we need to have it instantly. If we're hungry, we order Grab food, Grab food or Food Panda, and 15 minutes, the food is out there in front of our house. If we want to feel validated, we post a photo, we see the likes, and we get the validation. We want to date, we open Tinder or Bumble or OkCupid. I'm not familiar with those things, but we open those dating apps and we swipe left, and now we have a match. We can now date instantly. But the bad side of that is that we think that healing, we need to do the same. If we want to heal, for example, we want to see that we're healing, we want to see the results ASAP. But the thing is, it's not going to be fast. It's not going to be instantly. And if we are not getting it instantly, we get this feeling of impatience and we feel overwhelmed that there's so many things that we need to heal about ourselves, and we get overwhelmed with that. And so the important thing when you're trying to heal is to take baby steps. Take it a day at a time. That's an advice that my friend gave to me when I was struggling with something. She said that take it one day at a time and you'll get there. Because if we think about the future, if we get lost in the with the uncertainty of our futures, we won't be able to focus on how we can heal right now. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about next week, next month. Focus on how you can heal right now. And I'm taking baby steps because the progress in any growth in your life, whether you're healing from something or you want to be successful at something, the only time that you could actually grow as a person is if you take it 1% at a time. If we think about we need to be 100% better than who we are, we're going to get overwhelmed. If we say that we want to heal 90% from who we were before, from our experiences, from our bad experiences before, it's going to take a long time. We get really impatient. But if we say that we just need to be 1% better today, we just need to heal 1% better right now. Does it feel tedious? Does it feel overwhelming? I don't think so. You need to be able to focus on your growth, your healing process right now, and just heal 1%. See, if you don't do anything for the next 365 days, your healing process will be the same. Your healing progress will be the same. If you do things that are not aligned with your healing, if you do things that will hurt you more, if you always look at the past, you always relive the past, you stay in the past, if you wreck yourself even more, you try to avoid the pain, you try to avoid the healing process, you numb the healing process, your healing progress will be a lot worse. But if you become 1% better today, do it for the next 365 days consistently, you might not be able to perfect the whole healing process, but if you just focus on 1% of the time, and if you do that, then you will accumulate this whole healing process. And at the end of 1 year, you will now see and notice that you have healed so much. A lot of people are asking me, how long does it take to heal? And I'm always giving this favorite line by John Lloyd Cruz, by fans of John Lloyd Cruz from the movie One More Chance, where he said that, Bash, may 3 buwan pa ako, ba't kating-kating kang palitan ako? Bash, di mo ba alam yung 3-month rule? Maghintay ka muna ng 3 buwan bago ka mag-boyfriend ulit. Something like that, right? And this 3-month rule has always been the metric for Filipinos on how long they need to be healed. But that's not true. Some people actually heal faster. Some people actually heal slower. It all depends on your emotional investment and dependency on your relationship, on that person, on that experience or situation. And the deeper you are invested, the longer you are emotionally dependent on that thing. If you lose it, if it goes sour, the longer you'll need to heal from it. But one thing's for sure, you can heal from it. Okay, that's the only thing that you need to remember, is you can heal from it. But if you don't take it day by day, if you don't take it things slowly, if you don't focus on the baby steps, then you're not going to be healed at all. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to quit during your healing process. That's the thing that you need to do. Take baby steps. Take it day by day. Focus first on try to fix your sleep first. Fix your diet first. Fix your bed first. Try to take an active participation in your healing process. It won't take you, it won't magically appear. Sad to say, it doesn't work like that. As much as I want to say that one day it's going to be all magically better, no, it's not going to be like that. You will need to take an active participation in your healing process. And the earlier you take that participation, take that responsibility, and take it day by day, you will achieve more than you could possibly ever imagine. So please, take it day by day. Take it slowly. I remember this quote, that our story that I said that tomorrow's going to be better. And we can align that with our with our topic for today. Tomorrow I will be healed. But what if you don't? Well, tomorrow I'm going to say it again. Tomorrow I will be healed. Because tomorrow I might not be healed, or I may be healed. We won't actually know. But I'm sure that tomorrow I will be healed. That one day that tomorrow will come, and that tomorrow I will be healed. So always focus on right now. Take it day by day. Focus on the baby steps. That's the second thing that you could do if you want to start your healing process. The third tip that I have for you to emotionally heal from your experiences is to reinvent yourself. A lot of people, they lose themselves from when they come into this very hard situation, because they feel like they are this specific person. Like they have an identity wherein their values, their principles are connected to that identity. So if they lose that person, if they lose that part of themselves, lose a relationship, loses someone, lose in their career, they feel like the part of their identity is being taken away from them. That's why it's really hard. Like every value, everything that you believed in, it will be taken away from you if you've reached a very hard part of your life. But if you don't understand that you can always reinvent yourself, you will get stuck in the past. So you need to find a way to understand that every single day you are given the opportunity to reinvent yourself, to create that identity you want for yourself. You are not responsible to be the person who you were 10 minutes ago. You don't have to be the person you were 10 minutes ago. You can actually reinvent yourself right now and start to decide, okay, that before I was too emotionally dependent, before I was too emotionally attached, before I was letting people come into my lives, take away everything from me, but right now, I'm not going to let that. If before you think I'm weak, right now, I will be strong. I can reinvent myself to the second. Like today, if you say right now that you want to be healed, then say to yourself that you are not going to be that same person who you were 5 minutes ago. Right now, you will say, I am a healing person. I am in this journey of healing process. I want to be better. I want to improve myself. I am the person who will work hard for me to forget, to forgive, and to move on from my past. You can reinvent yourself. And there will be people around you that will try to bring you back to who you were before, who you had a really hard time because of the experiences. And there will be people in your life that will pull you back to your previous identity, and they will trigger you, and they will try to mock you for your healing progress, for you to trying to reinvent yourself. But I'm telling you right now, it's only in the beginning when they actually see. And I'm not telling that you do this for them, you just need to focus on yourself. But they will see at the end, even if you have a significant amount of progress in your life, they will recognize that you are not fooling around. That's the only time that I can actually believe that you're doing stuff, that you're doing the things that you're actually saying. But if you're trying to heal from something, you don't have any responsibility to the people who are trying to bring you back. You don't have the responsibility to yourself to be the person who you were 10 minutes ago. You need to be able to reinvent yourself right now. That if you believe that this version, this identity of you will be so much better, will be healed, will be better in so many ways, then go do it. Reinvent yourself. Do not be afraid to be that person who are changing, because change is constant. And if you're not changing, you're not growing. And I want you to grow as much as you can, and I want you to heal as much as you can. So please reinvent yourself as much as you can. Okay? So find the values that you want to stick to. Be open to the changes around you and reinvent yourself. That's the third tip that I have for you today. The fourth tip that I have for you today is apply self-compassion. This is so mind-boggling to me. A lot of people, especially me, including me as well, we are people who loves to forgive other people for being bad at something, for being mean to us, for hurting us. We forgive other people. We're kind to other people. We're applying compassion to other people. We're empathizing with other people. We're kind to them. Because that's what the Bible teaches us. The morals and the values and the principles that our parents teach us. We need to be kind to other people. But the thing that boggles me so much is that we're so kind to other people, but we're not kind to ourselves. That's really crazy. We're so kind to other people, but we're so hard on ourselves. It gives you so much emotional baggage. It drains you. It exhausts you. To not be kind, to not apply self-compassion. Applying self-compassion means that you accept your humanness. You accept that the previous experiences that you've experienced, that you've struggled with, that hurt you, is a part of your human experience. The good here exists because the bad exists. You need to accept that part of yourself. And that as a human, you will feel anxious. You will be in your rock bottoms. You will experience a situation that you won't be able to handle. And that's a part of human experience. The anxiety, the stress, the sadness, the loneliness. These emotions are deemed negative emotions, but the truth is, they're just emotions that every single one of us experience. So please, be kind to yourself. Do not let yourself speak bad to yourself. Protect your heart from the demons that are trying to speak at the back of your mind, trying to pull you down, trying to drag you down. Stop listening to them. Love yourself. Have self-care. Apply self-compassion. I think that's I should have put this in number one. I really believe that I should have introed this. Like, I'm really frustrated right now because I was like this before. Like, I love empathizing with other people, but I'm not really kind to myself. I thought that my flaws and my weaknesses are something that I need to be ashamed of, but every one of us has our own problems. It's just a matter of whether we're open in accepting that our problems are normal, and we apply self-compassion. That changes everything. There's this video that I spoke to a college webinar last week about mental health, and their intro was they showed me a video where this woman started to listen to the things that other people are saying around him. The failures and the disappointments in life also added to that. And she started talking to herself negatively. Then there was one part of that video where she saw a reflection of her inner child, her past self. And she would imagine that in all the negative notion, the bad stuff that she tells to herself, she says to herself, she also says to that young child. Imagine yourself as an 8-year-old kid. Would you say the bad things that you're saying to yourself right now to that 8-year-old kid? No, you won't. You would try to lift that kid up. And you need to allow yourself to lift yourself up. Because the truth is, we are all like children in this life. We're still learning about life. Don't believe when people say that you need to have life figured out. No, you don't. Don't let other people make you believe that you need to be healed by now. No, you don't. Of course, that's the goal. Being better, being healing from something, being better at something. But if we're not kind, how are we going to do that? We're not kind to ourselves. But if we're not kind to ourselves, then how are we going to do that? Please, 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 please. I'm begging you, be kind to yourself. Apply self-compassion, okay? Talk to yourself as you would talk to your 7-year-old self. That will help you a lot in healing. That's the 4th tip. And the last tip that I have for you, and the last and 5th tip that I have for you is, remember that you don't have to heal 100% to improve the quality of your life. You don't need to be 100% healed to continue your life. As I've said before, if you're just 1% better than who you were yesterday, you are able to improve all the other qualities of your life, all the other aspects of your life. A lot of us think that we're either healed or we're not healed. We think that it's a yes or no. It's an absolute white or black thing. We think that we're healed or we're not healed. We think that it's absolute like that. But the thing is, it's not. We're healing. Sometimes we're healed 5%. Sometimes we've healed 10%. Sometimes we're already healed at 90%. But it doesn't matter what percentage you are in your healing process, as long as you are not 0% healing, that's fine. That's why I told you that you just need to focus on that 1% to be better, to be healed at something. Because that 1% will flow into the other aspects of your life, into your relationships, into your career, into your health, physical health, emotional and spiritual health, into your financials. You just need to focus on 1% and understand that you don't need to be 100% healed to make your life better. Okay? You can actually make your life better just by healing 1% at a time. So please remember that. Life's not black and white. Things will get better. It's not as fast as we want to be. And that's a dog, so I gotta finish this one quick. But I guess I'm gonna leave you with that. The 5th and final tip that I gave you. Remember that you don't need to be 100% healed for you to have a better life. Just do what you have to do. Be patient. And I promise you, all the other aspects of your life will be better. Just focus on your 1% healing. Okay? Okay. So I hope that helps you with your healing process. That's how I dealt with mine. I hope that brings you some insights or concepts that can help you heal from whatever you're trying to heal from. And if you like this episode, if you connected with this episode, then please share this on Instagram. Share this with the people that you love. If you share this on Instagram, do not forget to tag me at Small Talk Podcast. And I love reposting your Instagram stories. I love reading all your insights and comments. Again, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, then please leave this podcast a rating and review. And if you want to receive weekly newsletters, weekly motivational newsletters, then please send me your email on Instagram or go to whereyourmindset.com/newsletters and I will add you to the mailing list. Okay? So I hope that you learned something today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do, then please share this with the people that you love. Again, this is Alec Cuenca. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope you guys have an amazing healing progress. I hope you guys continue to keep fighting. Thank you guys so much. This is Small Talk, Small Conversations with huge impact, and I will talk to you guys next episode. Happy healing.